Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be doing a brush starter kit. So this is for everyone who is starting makeup, who is looking for brushes to fill up their makeup collection. I have a mixture of MAC and Sigma brushes, and I know MAC brushes are pretty expensive. The reason why I have them is because they are really good quality brushes and they do last me a long time. Like, I don't have to go on and buy new brushes because my brushes keep on shedding or because the dye keeps coming out. So I find that these are good quality brushes. I'm not going to say that MAC brushes do not shed, because they do, but do keep in mind that all brushes do shed. You have to keep that in mind. So I'm just going to go ahead and go through my face brushes and my eye brushes that I use, and hopefully you can get some ideas on what you need daily in terms of applying your makeup. My all-time favorite foundation brush for liquid foundation or cream foundation is called the Sigma F80 brush. This is a flat top kabuki and it is synthetic. It is my all-time favorite brush because it applies foundation so flawlessly and quickly. I'm a very impatient person. Like, I hate sitting still. I'm like not good at that. So I like applying my foundation really fast. So I tend to put the foundation right here, and then I take the brush and then I just swirl the foundation in. It's so fast. You've probably seen this brush do its work in a variety of foundation reviews because I do keep on using this brush, and I just find that it's very, very soft, bristled, it's smooth, it applies it fast, and it buffs the foundation in, so you have a most beautiful, flawless finish. So definitely recommend the Sigma F80 for liquid foundation. Now, you do not have to get the MAC versions of what I have, but I do have the MAC versions because I do like, you know, long-term investment sort of things. So you can buy this one, which is the Sigma F50, which is a cheaper alternative because this is an expensive brush. But I do love it because, unlike the other stippling brushes that I have tried, it doesn't lose hairs quickly. It also keeps the hairs together, because the thing about stippling brushes, which I have a stippling brush video on, is basically you need to find a stippling brush that is sort of stiff. You know, that might not make sense, but basically all you have to do is move the white bristles independently of the black bristles, so you need a very stiff bunch of white bristles. And I find that a lot of stippling brushes that I have used before don't have stiff enough white bristles, so they kind of spread out, which does not do anything. I used to use this for liquid foundation, which it does flawlessly and applies a really nice sheer coat of foundation on your face. The reason why I use this is for powder, because when I apply, say, concealer, or when I apply liquid foundation, I really like using a stippling brush for my powder because the bristles are so light that they're not going to buff or erase the concealer or the foundation that I have placed on my face before. So this kind of just smooths over really nicely, and like it kind of feels like feathers, to be honest, onto my face, and also applies the powder flawlessly. So that's why I like using a stippling brush, and I do recommend this for people who like to set their foundation, which I do recommend as well. And basically, you set your foundation flawlessly, smoothly, without erasing any of the foundation or the concealer that you have put on your face before. In terms of blush and bronzer, I do use blush and bronzer daily, although I don't look bronzed up. I do use bronzer for contouring. So I like using the MAC 109. Now, again, you don't have to go and buy the MAC version of this. Like, if you don't have enough, you know, pocket money, don't go buy the MAC version because it is expensive, but find a brush that is similar to this, because it is a small, as you can see, a dome-shaped brush. So it's small and dome-shaped, and it's very fluffy, and this is just perfect for contouring. A lot of people recommend this one, which is the angled contouring brush. This is the MAC 168, which isn't really featured in this video because you don't need it. But people recommend this because it sort of fits into the contours of your face. But I really like using the MAC 109 because I can specifically place the contour onto my face. So for example, like, I don't have to, you know, worry about that fat edge working towards the sort of jawline here. So I kind of just place the contour just like this, and it's so easy. So find a small domed contouring brush, and you can really make contouring super easy. To contour, all you have to do is make an E shape right there. So that's what I usually do with my bronzer. And as for blush, my favorite blush brush has to be the MAC 116. And again, you don't have to find the MAC version, but this is basically a fluffy paddle brush, and it's small. So a lot of people recommend the MAC 129, I think, which is the big fluffy brush. I don't know if I got that name wrong, I don't know. Basically, what I like about this brush is that I can specifically place the blush on my cheeks. So I like to place the blush just like this and pat the blush in to specifically place it, because sometimes when I use really big blush brushes, they tend to apply blush all over and I look funny, you know, like I have this like misplaced blush because I can't place it specifically. So I like using a paddle brush just like this to basically specifically place blush where I want to. That is basically all that I use for my face. And now I'm just gonna go for eyes. So for eyes, I have three essential brushes that I think everyone should have in their makeup collection. And what I have is a fluffy paddle brush, I have a blending brush, and I have a pencil brush. So I'm gonna go through each of them and basically tell you why they are perfect for anyone's makeup collection. So the first one is the MAC 217, and this is my all-time favorite MAC eyeshadow brush because it does so many things. So it basically allows you to pack on color, which is great if you're into eyeshadow looks. It packs on color, but not only that, it blends sort of at the same time because it does have a fluffy edge to it. So when you pack on color, it like sort of blends it into your crease as well, which is really, really nice because it looks more flawless. It's not like one of those domed paddle brushes. So I have this, which is also a generic brush, but this is what you use to pack on color usually, but I suggest using something more fluffier, and you can pack on color while blending, and it's just a much more flawless finish. I was so happy when I first got it and I first used it. I was like, wow, this is an amazing brush. Everyone also needs a blending brush in the collection if they're doing eye looks, because a blending brush allows you to make a sort of a gradient effect on your eye, and it, you know, blends in the color really nicely into your crease and everything like that. So blending brush is definitely essential. If not, you have blocks of color that needs to be blended and looks funny. So you need a blending brush, and this is a MAC 224. Again, you don't need to buy the MAC 224. I have another generic brush I got from somewhere else. To be honest, eyeshadow brushes aren't picky because they are so small and they don't really count as much, whereas face brushes are pretty important to me because you can really see the difference if you use a bad face brush and instead of a good face brush. So in terms of this one, I really like blending brushes. They're soft, they're domed, and it needs to be domed so you can blend the color into your crease and the color away. So those are really important as well. And the last one is really important, although not many people use it as much in videos and everything. It is a pencil brush. Now this is the E30, and MAC has a version of this, although a lot of people complain that the MAC version is pointy and pokey because, as you can see, it is a domed pencil sort of fine tip brush, but the Sigma brush does not hurt. It is not pointy. I really like the Sigma version of this, and it does not hurt at the top. But basically what you do is, I love pencil brushes to specifically place the color where you need it. So for example, you can take a bit of black eyeshadow and then specifically place the color and draw out your outer corner or your outer V really nicely, whereas you can't do that with this because it's too thick. So using a pencil brush is a really good way of drawing things on your eyes, whether it be your waterline or your outer V or your outer corner. I use this all the time. You see this all the time in tutorials, but I specifically do recommend pencil brushes. So those are really all the brushes that I use in my makeup routine. I do use a eyebrow brush to do my eyebrows. So this is the EcoTools, but this is kind of extra because I know people use pencils, I know they use other things, so it isn't really essential that you get one of these, but I do have this for my eyebrows. So I really hope you like this video, and if you have any questions below on what brushes you should get, comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So, oops, I have to study for exams now, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.